close proximity between Rochester and Syracuse has led to some classic matchups between the Lancers and the Silver Knights. Today at the Blue Cross Arena, we add another chapter to the explosive rivalry. MASL Soccer is next on the Lancers Broadcast Network. Soccer and the throughway rivalry continues at the Blue Cross Arena. Good afternoon, soccer fans. I'm Joe Giliano. Happy holidays, and I don't know where to go with this one. Elliot Fauske, he's not in full spirit. He's above and beyond the full holiday spirit. My man, I don't know where to go, but you look fantastic.
Yeah, just can't be more excited for the holiday game we got going on. I wanted to express myself visually since I will not be on the field this evening.
Oh, you are expressing yourself, believe me. And it's a big one today for an expression as the Lancers take on the Syracuse Silver Knights. They've become arch rivals in the MASL. Syracuse comes in with a record of 2-4, but 3 of those 4 losses against the very talented Baltimore Blast, whom they lost to last night, 12-4. So maybe a bit of a tired side, but for Syracuse, a lot of their play goes through that guy number 11, who you know very well.
Yeah, Nelson Santana. It's a great nemesis. I love the rivalry. We love to get after him. Every year it's hard-fought battle. They got the better of us the last 2 years in the record, so we really need to be hungry for this game. This is going to set the tone for our season. We're 3-1, best start in history, but we have to put Syracuse down, and stopping Nelson Santana in the attack out of the back is important, but also going at him.
Nelson Santana, number 11, the focus player for the Syracuse Silver Knights. For the Rochester Lancers, as Elliot mentioned, they're 3-1, but today is a big test against a team who's played the Baltimore Blast 3 times this season. This is kind of a gauge for the Lancers today. We've talked about Mauricio Salas and Gary Boughton and Joey Tavernisi, but there's also some more firepower coming into this lineup.
Yeah, we have the Cuban, Yaikel Perez, who's been very hot for us, but it's not just his goal production that I've been impressed with, it's his physicality. And with Syracuse, it's always a physical game. It's a bitter rivalry, a lot of close games, and I think he's the answer to Santana. I'm pumped to have him. Training sessions, actually, I think the intensity has risen because he's not afraid to dig into guys, and you have to match his effort.
All right, he's ready to go. You got enough batteries and juice in that thing for the whole game?
All day, baby. Straight through to the new year.
All right. Elliot Fauske looking good, feeling good. What else can you say? Stick around. Kickoff is coming up next. It's the Lancers and the Silver Knights right here on the Lancers Broadcast Network. It is the 5th game of the season for the Rochester Lancers as we're at the Blue Cross Arena for the Syracuse Silver Knights, who are 2-4, Rochester 3-1. Joe Giliano along with Elliot Fauske, and the Lancers in the all blue with the gold socks. Syracuse in the black tops, the orange shorts, and black socks. Rochester will be attacking the goal to our left. If you missed it, the referees again, Ryan Sigich and David Mon, assisted by Steve Montanino. As we get ready for kickoff here, Syracuse coming off a 12-4 loss last night against the dangerous Baltimore Blast. And the Lancers will be starting with Mauricio Salas, Joey Tavernisi, Brad Vanino, JP Reyes, and Jake Schindler, and Marcelo Morera in goal for the Lancers. Syracuse will go with Forbes, Santana, Neto, Ubi Parapovic, and Yelovac, Rick Flasterer in the nets for the Silver Knights. We are underway at the Blue Cross Arena. Played into the corner. Schindler marking tight there. Salas comes in to help out, and Tavernisi will send it downfield to Flasterer, the 24-year-old, only his 2nd appearance of the season, as he played 1 game last season against Rochester, and it was a 20-8 victory. As the Silver Knights starting with the early possession. Into the corner, Yelovac knocked away there. Tavernisi to Vanino on the near side. And this one will come back the other way on a restart for the Rochester Lancers. We're in the Dick-Eyed Broadcast Center, which is brought to you by Blue Rock Energy, Salvatore's Pizza, Palmer's Direct to You Market, Celino and Barnes, Dunkin' Donuts, the Holiday Inn, TSC Sport Clips Distillery, Stokes Visca and Company as well. Sent downfield looking for Vanino. He couldn't get on that one as Flasterer picks it up. Rolls it out. Forbes. Low pass. Crossfield now. Put in front of them, goal mouth, and cleared away by Vanino before Vitale could pull the trigger. There's Forbes. Now Chantel. Vitale on the near side. Trying to work around the boards. Reyes holds him up, and they'll call JP for the foul. We are playing multiple point scoring this afternoon. First meeting of the season between Rochester and Syracuse. And again, we talked about Syracuse, 3 of their 4 losses coming against the Baltimore Blast. And Chantel, a distance shot, blocked there. Some would say Rochester has not faced the cream of the crop yet in the MASL, so this very well could be a gauge for the Lancers.
Absolutely. I think this game is extremely pivotal. In our 4 games, we've played teams that I believe all 3 have had losing records so far. And while Syracuse does, like you mentioned, their losses are only against Baltimore, well, not exclusively, but many against Baltimore, and Baltimore has proven to be a powerhouse, so you can't exactly judge production based on that record.
This long ball ends up in the arms of Marcelo Moreira, who played for Syracuse 2013 season, 3 games played, made 33 saves in those appearances. Now he makes up a dynamic duo in nets for the Lancers with Joey Capinos. There's Yaikel Perez on the near side boards. First shot blocked. Basso, he has returned to Rochester, the 27-year-old Stephen Basso. His debut in the 2014 season, played 7 games with Ontario, where he picked up 5 goals and 6 assists.
Yeah, not bad for a defender. He likes to get forward and be dangerous, and that's a great threat to have. An indoor, small field, when your defenders can get into the attack, it becomes a lot harder to handle up front.
And speaking of handling up front, Syracuse will have a new look to deal with in Yaikel Perez, the guy you featured at the start of the show.
Yeah, I'm very excited about Yaikel being with the team. Like I mentioned early on, his physical presence, he's a very intense competitor.
On the near side boards, Basso pushing it down to Tavernisi, back in front. And Bordeaux clears it, kick save off the shot from Vanino. There's Basso again, back to Vanino, first-year Lancer, Brad Vanino. JP Reyes. JP also spent some time with the Syracuse Silver Knights before returning here to the Lancers. Looking for Hoxie. Off the boards to the far side. Pedrino picks it up for Rochester. Salas fighting and cleared away by Yelovach. Here's Swaby, debut appearance for Mario Swaby, the Jamaican, who gets taken down in the middle of the field. Swaby, a 32-year-old, wearing number 50. Played for the Jamaican national team, made 8 appearances since 2007. Santana plays it short to Yelovach. 11:06 left in the first quarter. The big rivalry, Syracuse and Rochester, scoreless. Forbes. Hard shot taken there by Vitale, blocked, and Schindler will clear it downfield.
Great block from Pedrino. It's good to see him back. He actually got a haircut today, and I can't judge hair, but it's nice to see him look like he didn't sleep in a car the night before.
Loose ball picked up by Hoxie. You can judge hair, if anybody. 1 spike, 2 spike, Christmas lights, it's all there.
3 spikes, 4. Anybody other than me sleep in their car?
Oh. We'll get another look at it hopefully throughout the broadcast tonight as the flashing lights continue to go on top of the Fauske spike. Elliot Fauske, by the way, branching out into the world of wrestling management. Congratulations. The American Hooligan has you in his corner now.
Yeah, that man is a live animal. He came up with 2 victories last weekend.
Gotta get it out to a match. 10 minutes left in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Lancers and the Silver Knights. Here's Tavernisi. Looking to spin away. The shot from Knapp and a goal! What a finish from Brian Knapp.
Fantastic finish. Real class effort. Right in the upper corner. Gave the keeper no chance whatsoever off that cross.
It's Tavernisi with the assist. And for BK Brian Knapp, that is his first of the season. First as a Rochester Lancer. And for Joey Tavernisi, he's got 6 assists to go along with 6 goals. And what an explosive shot from the 29-year-old.
Yeah, great ball from Big Rav Tav.
Sure was. That goal brought to you by Mr. Glass. And Dunkin' Donuts will donate a pound of coffee to Food Link for every Lancers goal. 2-0 Rochester. This one played off of the Lancers bench, and it'll be a restart for the boys in blue who have a 2-0 lead. Last season, Rochester was 1-5 against Syracuse, outscored 99-65. Their only win 16-14 on January the 17th, right here at the Blue Cross Arena. And a wild night of sorts. Jake Schindler had 5 points in that game. Mark Satilli picked up his first professional win, so I guess they got help from everyone that night.
Yeah, the mechanic, Mark Satilli, the American dream. Moonlighting as a professional goalkeeper.
Here's Santana. Had 2 goals last night in the 12-4 loss against Baltimore. Hit into the corner. No call as Manfoot went down. Salas trying to dribble through, can't get out. Looking for Manfoot again was Anthony Grant, but Hoxie breaks it up. So Lancers have the lead. Pedrino was coming off and stayed back on the field. Comes away with the ball for Rochester. Outside to Mauricio Salas, who's having an explosive season with 12 goals in 4 games played. Knapp, Tavernisi, will they connect again? No, Knapp comes off, Joey keeps the ball. It's dumped by Santana and he'll win a call. As he is not afraid to do that scrappy hard work along the boards, number 27, Joey Tavernisi.
Yeah, it's a great pair. Nelson Santana and Joey, both very physical, scrappy players. Joey came out on top there.
Basso rocks one off of Forbes, plays it off the boards. Toby looking for Manfoot. Taken away there by Vanino. Now Yelovach throws an elbow as Tavernisi goes down, and referee on the near side able to see that, and Bo Yelovach can't believe he's being called for the foul as Tavernisi took an elbow to the face. And Tommy Tanner is furious, standing up on the bench. Wanted to know what the call was.
I didn't see an elbow. If there was, I think it was inadvertent. Joey's running behind him. I don't know that Yelovach did anything intentional there.
8:14 left, 2-0 Lancers lead. Vanino with a rocket. It's up and off the boards. Perez slips, gets the shot away. Tavernisi gets it in front, and Flasterer able to pounce on it before Vanino can poke it home. There's Santana, the dangerous Nelson Santana.
Yeah, we have to catch him dribbling. He loves to dribble out of the back, and while it's dangerous against us, it can be an advantage if we can strip him. We've seen that scenario before. He can get overconfident at times, and we have to take advantage of that.
Vitale, Forbes. Neto shot blocked. Another dangerous player the Lancers are going to have to keep their eye on is Neto, the Brazilian. There's Chantel. Ubi Parapovic. Very crafty player. Good with the ball at his feet. Puts a ball into Neto, looking to back in. Left there, and Vanino comes in. Forbes still looking for a shot. Saved away by Morera. Forbes, good job there by J.P. Reyes, just a step in front and win it for Rochester.
Yeah, that's excellent work.
The shot deflected off the boards, in the box. Scooped up by Morera. 7 minutes left, first quarter. 2-0 Rochester. Salas looking to unload that big left foot. Immediately double teamed. Back to Knapp, the goal scorer. Schindler. Looking for Hoxie, who's shoved down from behind. He's not going to get the call. Gets up, poke, and saved by the Syracuse keeper.
Even when he's taken down, he's big and smooth, Joe. What a tumble from the big man.
Didn't complain, continued to work hard, and great work from the big guy. Vitale looking to go forward to Bordeaux. He's knocked off from Mauricio. Salas appears to be coming back a lot deeper than we've seen.
Yeah, he's Doug is really focused on our defense. He felt we gave up too many soft goals, and that was the difference in our loss, as well as our wins that were in overtime. So definitely calling more responsibility on attackers.
Lancers' only loss coming here on home turf against Ontario. Having a pretty good season, Ontario, 6-3 after 9 games played. This long ball scooped up by Flasterer. Bordeaux back to his keeper. Swaby looking there for Domenico Vitale, intercepted. Looking for Yaikel Perez in front, but Santana barrels through, and the shoulder takedown by Vanino gets a quick restart for Syracuse. Bordeaux to Swaby. Gets a shin on it, but Marcelo Moreira making his second appearance. The 36-year-old rolls it out to Basso. He is back with the Lancers.
The Bash is back, read the headlines. Good to see him in the defense.
And that's the place that you've talked about, the Lancers. You and I have talked about throughout our broadcast this season, that maybe a little more defensive support was needed, and Basso comes in with just that.
Yeah, I think it was a great pickup. He's fairly experienced in the league by now, and he's just intense. He's talented, but he really will get in there and get gritty, and I think that has been the element we've been missing.
Schindler and Reyes now on the back line for Rochester. Yelovach looking for Toby. JP again, very active here tonight. Salas will dump it downfield. And Syracuse has to regroup with Santana. U.S. national futsal player Nelson Santana. Ubi Parapovic. Good bit of work and a nice step by JP Reyes, who blocks it away. 4:25 left in the first quarter. The Lancers lead it 2-0 right here on the Lancers Broadcast Network. We've got 4:25 left in the first quarter. Brian Knapp with the goal at 5:12. Joey Tavernisi with another helper, his 6th of the season. And for Brian Knapp, that opens up his scoring account this season for the Lancers. And I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors, Stokes Visca CPAs, the official CPAs of the Rochester Lancers. Dick Guide, visit the Dick Guide family of dealerships, Honda, Mazda, and Volkswagen. Play will resume with a free kick on the near side boards for Nelson Santana. Two-man wall for the Lancers, Tavernisi and Salas. Santana steps in. Throws it across the box. Vanino settles, comes forward. Taken away by Santana. Now Neto's got some space. Driven across the goal mouth. And through to the other side, Yelovach. Parapovic tries to force it. Tavernisi comes away with it. Foot race. Tavernisi. And Santana slows him down. Soft one off the boards. And as he's falling, Santana with a clever little header back to Flasterer.
Yeah, going amphibious on his belly for that one.
Way to make a play out of nothing there is Santana, the 35-year-old. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists on the season. Chantel's long ball. No harm there for the Brazilian keeper Moreira. Throws it downfield, headed away to Neto. Play to Chantel. Now Vitale. Domenico Vitale, the 25-year-old, pressured there by the Cuban Perez. And Yaikel Perez has really made a huge impact. 3 goals, 1 assist in 2 games played. Herrera, look at that confidence, cutting it around.
Yeah,
the Syracuse attacker.
Brazilians don't mess around. Their keepers, they grew up playing on the field, so he's very comfortable coming out of his box. That's a very common thing with Brazilian keepers.
Chantel puts it forward looking for Grant. He's shoved out of the way by Basso. Pedrino. Now Chantel. Syracuse again with some more possession. Top of the arc. Forbes lays it off. The shot from Vitale blocked in front nicely by Basso. Vitale. Syracuse's rookie of the year last season, and Grant looked to redirect it. Couldn't get a poke on it as Herrera will pick it up with 2:20 left. First quarter. Manfoot. Outside. Forbes looking. Three-point shot off the glass. Santana. Pressured by Tavernisi. Reyes comes in. JP's had a good start to this one tonight. So he plays it along the boards. Vitale will play it back to Flasterer. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Lancers up with a 2-0 lead. Bordeaux. Into the box, Herrera. Took a bit of an awkward fall there, but able to keep possession for Rochester. Looking for Schindler. That one gets away from him.
Doing a little better there of getting out of the back from the keeper. Earlier we had 5 guys go for a change and left Herrera with only 5 seconds to release the ball, and it ended up in a turnover.
Thud from Perez blocked. And with Yikel, Elliot, it doesn't matter left foot or right foot. They're both coming in with some heat.
Yeah, a lot of power and technique on each.
Hoxie may have something here. Onto the near side, Mauricio. Plays it safe to Basso. Final minute of play in the first quarter. 2-0 Lancers lead. Vanino, Mauricio. Still Salas. Couldn't get enough pace on that one to come in front of the net. Syracuse.
Upset with himself there. He couldn't get the powder into the blunderbuss on that one.
Neto. Immediately double team. Neto is a dangerous player. He's got 4 goals, 4 assists in the season, but he's had some very impressive numbers over the years. The 31-year-old Brazilian.
Yeah, he was up in Rochester some weeks back, and I showed him a little knot on my forehead that I will permanently carry thanks to his elbow.
You mean there's contact in this game? No.
Rumor has it.
Yeah, right? And Basso will have a clearance that's up into the crowd with 8.9 seconds left, and we know the importance of restarts, and Syracuse will get a dangerous one here.
Yeah, he knows he should have done better with that one. He was trying to hit it high off the glass for a clearance. If it hits the glass first, then it would not be top of the box even if it went out. But just missing the top of the glass is going to be a top of the box free kick.
Yelovach, Santana over the ball. 3-man wall for the Lancers. Santana, the shot, just wide. Forbes, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that will bring quarter number 1 to a close with Rochester and Brian Knapp taking a 2-0 lead over Syracuse. This is the Lancers Broadcast Network.
Now it's time to welcome to the field your junior Lancers.
Lancers getting ready to break the huddle and begin the second quarter of action. They've got a 2-0 lead over the Syracuse Silver Knights. Rochester will be attacking the goal to our right. If you're just tuning in, it was BK, Brian Knapp, his first goal as a Rochester Lancer at 5:12 with the assist to Joey Tavernisi to give Rochester the slim 2-0 lead. Lancers will have the kickoff to begin quarter number 2. It's Tavernisi, Vanino, Schindler, JP Reyes, and the big left foot of Mauricio Salas. Ubi Parapovic, Neto, Forbes, Yelovach, and Santana for the Silver Knights. Here we go, second quarter action. Looking for Vanino. Can't get to it, Flasterer. Cornell product will roll it out on the near side to Nelson Santana. Not afraid to come out of the back. It's a good ball forward to Yelovach. He's got a cannon if he unloads, and he does. And a good save from Morera. The rebound by Forbes. Rocks off the boards and back into the arms of Morera. Hoxie takes one hop and into the Lancers bench. Restart coming up here for the Silver Knights. Lancers a tough stretch coming up here. They've got Baltimore on the 27th here at home. Then Syracuse comes back. Then it's out to Milwaukee. So some tough games coming up here for Rochester. As the foul is called on Perez for taking down Ubi Parapovic. Just inside the three-point arc, and a restart coming up here for Syracuse. Now they'll take it back about 2 feet, and it's outside the three-point mark. Syracuse had some opportunities last night in the game against Baltimore. They just couldn't capitalize. Are not happy with that result last night, as Baltimore just a couple of shots in that first half, but they made the most of them. Hoxie battling along the boards with Santana.
Good double team there on Santana.
And a bad one given up here by the Lancers. It was played back to Morera, and it takes a terrible hop on the turf and ends up in the Lancers net. Here's a look at it, and it's going to hurt even more because it's going to be a three-pointer. Referee held up the three-point sign. And here's...
Wow. Very unlucky. It was a bouncing ball and hit a little lip in the carpet that took the hop out of it, went right under his foot. Very unfortunate. We're going to have to get that one back.
A three-point goal at 1:01, and I'm not sure if they'll call this an own goal or give it to the last Syracuse player who touched it.
I don't think there's any way other than to call it an own goal.
And they're giving it to Neto.
Wow. Because it came from Hoxie to Schindler.
So Neto gets credit for the three-pointer. For him, that's his 5th of the season. And really, an own goal is what it results in. Is going down is Basso, pushed from behind by Grant. And, you know, Elliot, we've talked about some of the inconsistencies in the turf, and that really comes to bite Rochester, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does go both ways.
True.
And honestly, you have to account for it. Sometimes you gotta adjust your body positioning. He went to soul trap it, and that's fine if the turf was true, but you really need to square up your foot on that and make sure you get under it, because, you know, that's a game changer.
3-2, Syracuse benefiting now from the goal that was credited to Neto, but it was played back and snuck under the foot of Morera. As this long ball, one hop into the arm of Flasterer. In the hands of Flasterer, looking for Manfoot. Taken away by the Lancers, Basso. Vanino. Now Mauricio. Poke one in front. Put it away to Vitali. And along the near boards. 13-11 left in this second quarter. Silver Knights with a 3-2 lead. Basso. Pedrino. Still Pedrino. Hoxie posting up. Pedrino the shot wide. The rebound, Basso. Right foot shot is blocked. Would have been a great way to return to the Lancers for Basso.
Yeah, great play in there. I love to see them using Hoxie posting up. Pedro finding him. Hoxie able to, even though he's falling down, get a touch to it for a layoff.
Lancers without Gary Boughton tonight and Alex Megson.
Yeah, that's a big gap in the middle. Both of them playing center midfield for us, and both have experience in the league, great players, both of them dealing with injury right now.
Big losses there for the Lancers to deal with. Good throw from Morera. Gets it to Hoxie. Bordeaux comes back defensively. Vanino. Shot. Good save from Flasterer. Off the hands and into the netting. Be a corner kick on the far side. It's a kick this corner kick for the Lancers. Vanino took some time there, looked up. A couple little touches, and Flasterer had to be quick to get the hands on that one. Here's Schindler. kick on the far side. 12:06 left in the second quarter. Lancers trailing by 1. Schindler. Perez off the glass and up towards midfield now. Vanino chases it down, pressured by Santana, who's been all over the field. Good long ball from Herrera, but Bordeaux reads it well. Tavernisi comes away with it. Perez is in the middle. That's a little too long on the pass. Perez regrouping. Vanino's shot is blocked. The Lancers coming with some pressure. Yankel Perez, Mauricio Salas. Looking. Crossfield to Schindler. Jake to Yankel Perez. Into the corner for Vanino. Tavernisi turns! Oh, it's off the post! Still a loose ball. Tavernisi wins it again.
Boy, that was just about as close as it could be. Spun right off the inside corner of the post.
Ruby Parapovic. Yelovac to his right. Gets it on the right foot. Pushes it into the corner. Schindler, the two big boys battle there. Schindler clears it, but Neto, foot on the ball, able to hold off the Pedrino pressure. There's Neto. By Schindler, lays it off. Forbes takes a shot. And there's a penalty coming up now, a delayed call. And it looks like it's going to go to Rochester as they make contact on it. So the referee is going to call the penalty over to the fourth official. So Syracuse will go on the power play, where they have been 40% effective, 4 for 10. And for Rochester, they'll go on the PK. They've killed 57%, but there is a deep discussion going on, thanks to our producer John Catalano saying they're going to wave this one off. So the referee is going to come over and discuss it with both benches. And I guess the Lancers catch a break here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the discussion was for. Were they potentially looking at a 6-man on the field? I didn't see anything of that nature. And I don't know where a foul would have been for a delayed blue card.
Syracuse obviously not too happy with that. But again, you know what? We've seen this a couple times this season with the MASL officials. They've made a call, but then they've discussed it and they've reversed it if they felt it was the wrong call. That's hats off. I think that's a great look for the league. We've seen it in the NFL. You see it in so many other sports, hockey, where they'll discuss it. If it's not the right call, they'll change it. And we've seen that many times.
Yeah, you have 2 on-field referees, but there are also 2 officials off to the sideline, so they are allowed to confer together and find out whether or not they want to follow through with that call. You don't want to see that happen a lot, but it is nice when there's ambiguity if they can hop in there and get it sorted out.
It'll be a drop ball. Tavernisi wins it. Forbes gets in front of it for Syracuse. Salas, that swooping left leg, comes in, and now there's a foul called against Neto, who goes down. Free kick coming up for Syracuse. Some more sponsors of our broadcast include MVP Healthcare, proud sponsor of the Rochester Lancers. Blue Rock Energy, a premier provider of electricity and natural gas products. As the restart ends up on the foot of Neto. Looking off the boards in front. And Herrera's out of the box, but the hand's inside, so they'll keep possession. Santana steps in front of this one, knocks it out of play. Quick restart to Forbes. Neto back to Forbes. Back in front. JP Reyes gets the clearance. Tavernisi shoved down by Santana. Forbes. To Swaby. Here's Santana. No shot. Finds its way into the corner, and we're going to call foul against the Lancers. As I believe it was Tavernisi on the far side who caught the eye of the official. And this will be to the left of, no, they're going to call it to the top of the arc. The penalty arc.
Interesting. It looked like an off-the-ball jersey pull.
That's what I thought, too.
He might have even been talking to Mauricio. I don't know exactly what they came up with, but here goes the top of the box for Nelson Santana.
3-man wall for the Lancers. Santana. Forbes, goal! Canardo Forbes buries that one. That's his 5th of the season. And Syracuse now up 5-2. Forbes from Santana.
A good fake from Santana and taking advantage of us not being prepared. He fakes going to his right and then finds Forbes to his left and caught us retreating. No one was there to make the block.
5:06, time of the goal. And Santana's 7th assist of the season.
Forbes is a sleeper for me. He doesn't do a lot of flashy stuff, but he puts up incredible numbers. If you forget and leave him alone, he is extremely dangerous in the attack.
24 goals, 14 assists last season for Forbes. He's up to 5 right now. Pedrino to Hoxie, turns, trickles the shot off the deflection into the arms of the Syracuse keeper, Anthony Grant. Gaylord. He's got Ubi Parapovic looking, spinning still. Ubi Parapovic. Got Kel Perez, enough with that. Comes away with it. Onto the near side, Pedrino. Can't clear it out of his own half. Got Kel Perez. Pedrino. He is pushed down to the turf, and a free kick coming up for the Lancers, and getting a little heated here. I see some players taking a look back after some of the shots they've taken.
Yeah, we'll continue to see this game heat up. I'm sure of it. It's been fairly quiet so far, but I don't anticipate that will last. These games get very competitive.
And Marrera very cautious with that back pass. Vanino deflects that one up into the crowd, and he took that in a spot that is going to be pretty painful as he is down on the turf.
Somewhere south of the middle and north of the knee.
Correct, my friend. Still down. Brad Vanino, the 22-year-old, standout from St. Bonaventure University. Tried to get up and
I played baseball
slowly
growing
walk
up.
off.
Played baseball growing up, and we would call that a cup check in the business.
You played baseball?
Yeah.
How would you fit a baseball cap on that noggin? Was the hair like that?
Absolutely.
You cut a hole in the top of the hat?
I had a pristine side spike.
Seattle's finest, right?
Yeah.
The pride and joy of the Pacific Northwest, Elliot Fauske. 8:40 left in this second quarter. It's been all Syracuse so far. A 3-point own goal that was credited to Neto, and then Forbes with a 2-pointer. Here's Forbes now. Chantel. Back to Forbes. Toby. Good challenge along the boards. Pedrino getting stuck in there. Good tackle from Chantel away from Tavernisi. Salas. Tavernisi's got Capinos sprinting forward. Passes behind him. Capinos picks up the ball though.
And we see Enrique and Capinos on their first shift coming off, adding a little energy. Little miscue there, turnover on the substitution for the Lancers.
Play is broken up, and Manfoot went down behind the play. Referees tried to play the advantage, but saw there was none, and Syracuse will pick up a free kick to get us back underway with Chantel. Now Yelovach. Santana outside now to Bordeaux. Neto back to the goal, knocked off the ball, but gets it again off the board. Syracuse resumes their attack with Yelovach. Midway through the second quarter, Santana tried to cut it to his left, maybe a little too much on the dribble, but gets away with it. He's outside to Bordeaux. Now Yelovach, played at Albany University. Gets it to Santana. Syracuse knocking it around, working it inside the Lancers' half of the field. Yelovach. Lancers just keeping their defensive shape. Syracuse looking for a way to penetrate. Ubi Parapovic. Good pass across field. And Neto off the boards and back in. Deflects off of Jake Schindler. And if anything, Syracuse didn't get any bounces last night, but they're getting the breaks today.
Boy, that went post to post, near post, far post, and by a miracle didn't go in. Caught Schindler recovering. got his shins and went right back directly into the goal. It was very unlucky.
We'll take a break. Syracuse stretching the lead on the Lancers Broadcast Network. .648 left in the second quarter. Syracuse with 7 points here to take a 7-2 lead, as Forbes actually gets credit for the goal. Neto gets the assist on the third Syracuse goal. So for Neto, he's got a goal and an assist tonight. And Kennardo Forbes, that's his 6th goal of the season, 2nd of the game. And for Neto, that's his 5th assist on the year, as Syracuse has a 7-2 lead midway through quarter number 2. And as we talked about earlier in the broadcast, Syracuse opportunities last night, they just couldn't finish, but today they're making the most of those opportunities, a little fortune as well, but at the end of the day, they all count. Tavernisi will have the kickoff for the Lancers as we get underway with Basso. Knapp. Vanino. Basso shot is high and into the netting. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors. Zweigel's, the kids are a free sponsor. They present that at every home game. Salvatore's Pizzeria, Rochester's #1 pizzeria, salvatores.com. The ESL Federal Credit Union. At ESL, they always look at it from your perspective. They answer to you. There's Vitale on the near side boards, pressured by Vanino. And he'll be called for the foul. Domenico Vitale, and he's going to get a yellow card as well for some sort of misconduct. As Ryan Sigic making his way over. And Vitale still on the field. I don't think he realizes he's getting sent off for a 5-minute misconduct. He is still on the near corner. Or actually, it's number 50, Mario Swaby, who was actually going into the wrong box. Now he makes his way into the Syracuse box. Syracuse will still play with 5, but it's a 5-minute. Here is Knapp. Vitale picks it up. Off the boards, Vanino. Mario Swaby. And Chantel will have the kickoff. A 5-minute yellow card issue to Swaby. Must be some sort of misconduct. I'm sure a few choice words for the official as Salas. That's his first shot of the game, and it's a low, hard one saved by Flasterer. 6 minutes left. So correction, it is not Vitale who's in the box for 5 minutes. It is Swaby. As the foul was on Vitale, but Swaby, behind the scenes, caught the attention of Ryan Sigic. Here's Yelovach. Down the middle of the field, headed away there by Kapinos, looking for Hoxie. Jamie Kapinos gets it back, the big smooth Hoxie. Coming forward now, Andrew Hoxie to Mauricio Salas. Elliot Fauske has made his way down to the field. He'll be part of our halftime presentation with Soccer Sam. Be sure to stick around for that. I'm sure it's going to be quite the show. As Forbes, who's got 2 goals, comes away with it for Syracuse. Schindler blocks the clearance from Manfoot. Lancers looking to get back into this one. In front, Tavernisi can't pull the trigger. Good defensive play by Yelovach. Manfoot nudged off the ball. Reyes comes away with it for the Lancers. There's Schindler. In this pre-Christmas matchup at the Blue Cross Arena. These two teams will do it again on New Year's Day, right here in downtown Rochester. There's Morera. Reyes. Lancers trying to come out of their own half. Pressured by Syracuse. Schindler double teamed. No choice but plays it off the boards. Vanino onto the near side for JP Reyes. Spins. Takes a look. Gets it to Schindler. Here's the Cuban, Yakel Perez. to Vanino. Still looking for options, can't go forward. Plays it back to Schindler. The Lancers 5-12 all time against Syracuse. Is Hoxie. A little too far there for Pedrino. He's got to adjust his run. There's Pedrino, and he is shoved into the boards as Forbes says, no, he grabbed me. Ryan Sigic will hear none of it. Salas looking to pin one in at that near post as the Syracuse keeper puts his body right up there to make the save. 3:45 left. Chantel. And Forbes. Basso picks up the pass. Pedrino. Obstructed there by Yelovach. No call made. Lasterer gets a clearance that's only to Basso, though, but his touch is too heavy. And Syracuse will come back with it. Forbes. Neto, dangerous, backing into the goal like that. Lays it off. Lubi Parapovic. Back into Neto. Evernisi. There's it only as far as Forbes. There's Neto, goal and assist on the afternoon so far. Forbes with 2 goals. Neto dancing with the ball, looking along the boards. Back to Forbes. Sets it up. Fires. Punched away there by Morera. 2:47 left in the second quarter. Santana spinning all the way back into his own half. Flasterer. Out to Nelson Santana. The shot from Gaylord blocked, and Pedrino goes down. And a restart coming up for the Lancers. Rochester coming off an 11-4 win at Harrisburg on December the 6th. 3-1 on the season, but again, we talked about it at the Open. This is kind of a gauge. Syracuse has played the big boys in the MASL. Rochester, I'll give them an idea of where they stand right now. Is that 3-1 for real? It's Hoxie battling with Gaylord, a 23-year-old from Kendall, New York. Played here in Section 5. Went to Old Dominion University, Jason Gaylord. And he started 61 of his 69 career games. We're under 2 minutes in the second quarter. The Silver Knights leading this one 7-2. I'm Joe Giliano. Elliot Fauske on the broadcast as well, but he's made his way down to the field for the halftime festivities. As Morera and the Lancers looking for a push here in the second quarter. He'll bring it up and over the yellow line. Send a deep one in, but Chantel neatly pokes it away to Manfoot. Bordeaux. Anthony Grant. Low shot off the boards in front. Knapp is there before anyone else. Basso clears it forward to Evernisi. Trying to get around Chantel, and the right hand bandaged and all makes the play. Marcos Chantel, a 39-year-old. There's Yelovach. As we approach the final minute of play in quarter number 2. Manfoot, crossfield for Bordeaux. Still Bordeaux. Squares up, plays it into the corner. Vitale's got a chance, a shot, and Morera makes the save. Outside to Salas on the throw. The one-time shot. Blaster's got to be quick to respond as Mauricio quick to pull the trigger. And with 32.2 seconds left, the Syracuse Silver Knights will go to the bench and take a timeout as Swaby's 5-minute misconduct is over, so he is back to the Syracuse bench. And while we have a break, let's thank some more of our sponsors. Dr. Vincent Vella, over 25 years of experience creating healthy and beautiful smiles. Health Source Chiropractors, the official chiropractor of the Rochester Lancers. And the Holiday Inn Rochester Airport, the official visiting team hotel of your Rochester Lancers. Don't forget, the Lancers are back home on Saturday, December 27th, 1 p.m. as the Baltimore Blast come to town. And what a season Baltimore is having. 7-0 atop the Eastern Division. For tickets And more information, visit ourlancers.com, or you can call the Lancers office at 585-872-KICK, 585-872-5425. The restart will come from the Syracuse keeper with 32.2 seconds left in the second quarter. Shots are even at 8, but the score is Syracuse 7, Rochester 2. Schindler heads it up and over the glass at midfield. Syracuse restart along the boards. Hope you're enjoying our coverage on the Lancers Broadcast Network, Fickle 93.3, and Go Live Sportscast, along with the Time Warner Cable Sports Network. Chance here for the Lancers, 13 seconds left. If they hurry, it's a 2-on-1. Hoxie, still Hoxie. Off the boards in front. Oh, a good play by Yelovach. 4 seconds left. Shot deflected up and into the netting. Lancers corner kick with 1.1 second remaining. They kick this corner kick from the near side for the Lancers. It is Schindler. Two in the wall for Syracuse. Schindler sets it up. It's for the whistle. And he'll call a timeout, as they will have time to set up a specialty here with 1.1 second remaining. A corner kick. And Rochester, who, by the way, dressing a newcomer tonight, number 7, Tim Crawford, the 23-year-old, who has not seen a shift yet, but played his high school soccer right here at Webster Thomas in suburban Rochester. Played his college soccer at Hartwick University, and had the pleasure of coaching against Tim Crawford many, many years in the high school ranks, and a very talented player. You knew he was going to be something special, and he's definitely lived up to that billing as a professional here with the Rochester Lancers. Looking into the crowd tonight, a decent turnout as we prepare for the holiday break. I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, as the Lancers have a series of home games coming up over the 2-week school break. If you're not here today, be sure to check out some of the Lancers action coming up on the 27th and the 1st. Lancers break the huddle. Schindler again will be the architect of the corner kick on the near side. 1.1 second remaining. Schindler backing the wall up. Perez, Vanino, and Salas at the top of the arc. What's the choice? There's the chip. And cleared away by Tilby, as the Silver Knights were trailing Rochester 2-0 after 1 quarter of play, but they came storming back with 7 points of their own in the second quarter. Neto with 1, Forbes with 2, albeit one of those goals would have been classified an own goal, but since Neto was the last one to touch it, the back pass from Hoxie that snuck under the foot, took a little dip and bounce on the turf into the back of the net, a 3-point result that's given Syracuse a 7-2 lead. Always interesting when these two teams meet, as this one far, far from over. As we get ready to go on to field level, Soccer Sam getting ready, and one could only wonder what the festivities will be, as if you didn't see Elliot Fauske at the open of the broadcast, be sure to stick around for this halftime piece, as he is lit up, he is ready to go, as Soccer Sam preparing. Elliot Fauske making it all the way down to field level with the Christmas lights full force. Let's go to the field level. Soccer Sam and my partner, Elliot Fauske.
Soccer fans, thank you again for being here during this holiday season. Our next game is on the 27th. Come and celebrate before the New Year's. And again, we play the same Syracuse team January 1st. All you fans out there in Syracuse, come on and join us here at the Blue Cross Arena. Elliot, you look like you're ready for Christmas, I guess.
Soccer Sam, I could not be more Christmas if I were Santa himself. We both know Rochester weather's colder than Anna, Elsa, and the elves. But nothing warms the blood in my veins more than to see the grandstands full of Lancer fans ready for war.
That's right. Now listen, you haven't been on the field. Dr. Goblet hasn't cleared you yet. What's going on right now?
Soccer Sam, as you know, I'm everywhere now. I transpawn live.
You're all over the world somewhere?
You can see the passion in my bloodshot eyes. I've been to the Earth's core. I've seen galaxies afar. But there's nothing I love more than the Lancer fans bringing it to war. I've been attacked. I got scars on my back. But that's nothing. I'm standing here still intact. And you know when we see the Lancer dancers coming to do the entertainment, I'm still standing here to wish y'all a Merry Christmas. Cause giving up isn't a part of my repertoire. So y'all be here for a happy Lancers New Year.
All right. Elliot Fauske, the Mohican Warrior, will be live worldwide on the Lonsberry Show Monday, 10 a.m. Check him out.
More of the halftime festivities. The Lancers trailing the Silver Knights 7-2 on the Lancers Broadcast Network. Yeah. All right, after 2 quarters of play, shots are even at 8 apiece. But the scoreline again reads Syracuse 7, Rochester 2. All-time, Syracuse leads the season series 12-5 against the Rochester Lancers as we get you ready here for second half action. As both teams now making their way back onto the field. The Lancers in their huddle, Syracuse in their huddle as well. Rochester will be attacking the goal to our left as they look to mount a comeback here against their arch rival, Syracuse Silver Knights. Joe Giliano and Elliot Fauske on the call this afternoon from the Blue Cross Arena. Don't forget the Lancers are going to be home once again on December the 27th. The Baltimore Blast come back to town for a 1 p.m. kickoff. It's also Wall of Fame night as 3 players and a former broadcaster will be inducted. Dave Sarakin, Ellie Durante, Peter Short, and Rich Funky will be inducted into the Lancers Wall of Fame. They'll join the 24 current members. All right, ball is placed at midfield. The Lancers, I'm sure with a stern talking to from Doug Miller in the dressing room, ready to go with Vanino, Tavernisi, Salas, Schindler, and J.P. Reyes. Syracuse has Ubi Parapovic, Forbes, Neto, Yelovach, and of course the ever-present Nelson Santana, the first-team All-Star from last season. And we are underway with third quarter action. Are you with us, buddy? Ready to go?
100%.
You're up, you're down, you're all over this building today.
I'm everywhere, man.
Busy man. Here's Yelovach. Nice step there from Schindler. He comes forward now. One of his few pushes up into the attack. A shot off the glass. Vanino taken away by Ubi Parapovic. Intercepted Salas. Tavernisi. Lancers looking for an early one here with some pressure. Shot and right into the midsection of Flasterer. But good early pressure from the home side.
Yeah, whatever Doug said seems to be motivational. Clearly the guys know what's on the line. So if they don't come out flying, that's just a poor test of character.
And a good save. Grant denied there by Morera. There's Forbes. Rocks it off the boards, and Hoxie, good backtracking. Will win it for Rochester. Perez, oh, it's a bad bounce for him. Santana comes away with it. Pedrino battling there with Toby.
Great hustle from Pedrino. Good to have him back. He seems to be improving his health every week. Can't wait to see him at full strength.
For Pedrino, only his second appearance of the season after 6 goals and 3 assists last year in 12 games played. Santana rifles a far pass to the far boards, cleared away. The Syracuse supporters starting to drum up their section. All called on, I believe it was Vitale for his contact against Michael Perez. There's Knapp. Basso, back to Morera. Basso turns, comes away. Still Basso on the left foot, the shot! Off the boards, up to the yellow line, Vanino. Puts it back in, Vitale with the header. Almost a second own goal this afternoon.
Basso looking to be dangerous with those power bait pink shoes on.
Yelovach picks it up at midfield. Syracuse will keep possession. Syracuse, they'll be in action December the 27th at Harrisburg. And Salas coming forward now for the Lancers. Good pass to Vanino. He couldn't get the touch and the shot away. And they'll call Vanino for the foul after the play. So Syracuse gets to experience the joy and pleasure of the Farm Show Arena. We had such a good time at last week.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of nostalgic smells for me. I used to live in the country, so going to the Farm Show reminded me of Farmer Dean Hanley across the street who rode my bus, or drove my bus, every day playing country music. He would not change it.
You were back home.
Yeah.
Salas gets taken down, no call made. Tavernisi and Knapp a couple seconds ago almost hooked up for a second goal. As Yelovach pushing on to the near side. Intercepted though, bad giveaway by the Lancers. Ubi Parapovic, Schindler makes up for it though. Good job by Jake. Gets it back for Rochester. Perez. Little chip into the far side, looking for Vanino. Santana scoops it up there for Syracuse. Common cool, players all over his back. And the outlet pass, Ubi Parapovic on the left foot. And he is shoved down from behind by Basso. As Ubi Parapovic was about to pull the trigger, and maybe a well-timed foul there from Basso.
Yeah, Basso showing the speed to catch up to the play. He did get the ball, but he also got the man. Refs awarded it to Syracuse.
Santana on the restart. Forbes the shot, goal. They connect again. It's the second time Forbes and Santana have combined for a goal, and here's a look at the replay. .342 time of the goal. And for Canardo Forbes, that's a hat trick on the day, 7 goals on the season. And it takes a little redirection that leaves Morera helpless.
Yeah, and there it is from Forbes again. It can be easy not to notice him on the field, and then you look and all of a sudden he has a hat trick. You have to be aware of him. He's not one of the higher profile players for whatever reason. You don't hear his name as much, but very dangerous on a consistent basis.
He was number 2 in the MISL last season with 67 points, only behind Leo Gibson, who had 76. As Elliot mentioned, that he puts the numbers up. There's Chantel, 9-2, Syracuse leads it, 10:47 left in the third quarter. Lancers have some work to do. Swaby. As Pedrino comes in. A little off balance on the challenge.
Yeah, that was a clear foul, nothing malicious, but definitely needed to be called.
Yelovach cuts it inside. Cuts it to Chantel. Toby. Off the boards in front. Swaby looked for it, but poked away by Schindler. Salas. He's been held in check so far tonight. Pedrino on his horse. Chantel gets it back to his keeper.
On his Cavallo.
There you go.
Spent a few months in Brazil.
Here's Salas with a steal. The shot off the crossbar by Hoxie. Unlucky there for the Lancers. Getting a little taste of what Syracuse saw last night. Just couldn't finish their opportunities.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight. Joey Tavernese hit the inside of the post. Hawks just hit the under part of the crossbar. Syracuse had the single shot that went post to post, which did get the own goal, but a lot of knocking, not as many goals as there could be in this game for sure.
Hoxie and Santana get tangled up and they both go down. As Santana laying along the boards. Hoxie as well, slow to get up.
Somewhere between a dolphin flop and a Superman, they both go down to the turf.
Here's another look at it. How would you describe this one? There you go.
Yeah, strong shoulder charge from Hoxie, and the legs got tangled up. Good call.
Little chip from Neto, trying the cheeky little play, but Marrera able to make the save. Rolls it out to Basso. Off the far side glass. Vanino puts it in front. No one there but the keeper. 9:20 remaining.
Vanino probably too young to get Karate Kid references, but that was a quasi-bike turned into a crane.
And he landed on his feet. Unbelievable. Good pressure from Vanino. Yaikel Perez. Tavernese. Tavernese shot, goal! Perez sets up Tavernese.
Yep, there's big Rav Tav getting the ball from Perez. Santana pressures, great little touch. Deflection off the defender, beats the keeper. Great finish. Joey's celebration there, the Superman chest vest rip is a tribute to currently fallen Gary Boughton, yeah, who isn't playing with us, and that's his standard celebration. So Joey, big Rav Tav, giving a little respect to his buddy.
Tavernese with a goal and an assist on the evening. That's his 7th of the season. And for Perez, his 2nd assist of the year. Time of the Lancers' goal, 6 minutes. It's now 9-4 Syracuse. Bordeaux. Lancers chipping away here. Let's see if they can continue to come forward with the pressure. Good tackle from Tavernese. Loose ball, those picked up by Yelovach.
The indoor game is very prone to runs, so we need to keep this going and stay hungry.
There is Salas running down the far side. The shot, oh, just wide. Tavernese picks it up. Off the head of Chantel, cleared. Out of the yellow line, Anthony Grant turning on the Jets. Sprinting forward is Grant. Good tackle from Jamie Capinos. The Lancers coming back. Salas, one-on-one with Santana. On his left, the shot, goal! Three-pointer for Mauricio! What a goal for Mauricio Salas as he brings Rochester to within 2. We'll go to break on the Lancers Broadcast Network. What a turn of events here. Syracuse 9, Rochester 7. Just moments ago it was 9-2. And we'll get a look at that goal from Mauricio Salas in just a minute. It started with a great defensive play. And Rochester to within 2. Salas' 13th goal of the year. And Jamie Capinos his first point as a Lancer with the assist. Midway through quarter number 3. And we're getting close here. Vanino. Salas. Hoxie. Mauricio was one-on-one with Santana, and somehow, some way, he was able to find space to his left, which is a major no-no when you're defending Mauricio Salas.
Absolutely. That has to come up in every single video coaching session pregame when you go to play the Lancers. He's consistently dangerous with that left foot.
A 3-point bomb from downtown, giving Rochester a chance to get to within 2. Enrique now. Tavernese, the shot off the boards, back in front. Saved by Flasterer.
Great ball from Enrique. He has incredible vision. When he gets into trouble, he always seems to find a nice outlet and set Joey up nicely there.
Perez, the Lancers have Syracuse on their heels. They've got possession. 6:22 left in the third quarter, 9-7 Syracuse. An exciting third quarter of action. Whatever Doug Miller spoke of in the locker room is working. Now it's the Lancers' job to keep it going. Santana takes it away from Tavernisi. That will be Parapovic. Look at the pressure from Pedrino, forcing Syracuse deep into their own half. Restart coming up here for Santana. Manfoot gets around Pedrino. Jamie Capinos comes in to help out. Hats off to Capinos on that Salas goal. Made it all happen from the back. Manfoot steps in front, slides it out to the corner. Grant, Manfoot shot, good save by Morera. The Lancers break out the other way with Hoxie.
Yeah, great save. Good attack, a little bit frantic, but Syracuse really putting on the pressure.
Tavernisi, good bit of work coming back. Wins it for the Lancers. Vanino. Looking for Joey Tavernisi. Santana. Tavernisi battle. Off the boards. Doesn't come out in front though. Pressure from Rochester, forcing the Silver Knights to work extremely hard coming out of their own half. But Santana does a championship job of it. Perez lucky not to get a card here, as he came in hard from behind against Santana.
Yep, and there it is. It's exactly what we talked about before the game. The physicality of Perez, the physicality of Santana for each team. I think they're both spark plugs, and there Yakel did get the ball, which
I was just going to say,
kept it from being a blue card foul.
That's something that Santana has never seen before, right? A hard challenge from behind.
It didn't look as familiar coming against him, maybe.
Yeah, right? He was on the other end of it this time.
Yeah.
Chantel struggling with the ball at his feet. Lancers high pressure, starting to pay off here. Tavernisi shot off the boards, the net was open. Perez shot blocked. Reyes shot is blocked again. And Yakel Perez gets the last pass on it. Morera's got to be quick. Vanino, oh, lucky to come away with that one. Toby was knocking on the door.
Great foot skill from Morera in the back. A lot of confidence there with that move, with Ubi bearing down on him.
Yeah, played behind Hoxie. Enrique, fresh legs, applying pressure on the big Yelovach, who just swats him away, but Enrique's not going anywhere. Not sure about that call, but Syracuse will take it.
I'm not in agreement, but at least it's in the defensive third. Enrique's a lot stronger than he looks. He is not large physically by any stretch, but he is scrappy.
Lasserer clears it down the near side where Schindler gets it to Salas. 3:51 left in the third quarter. Syracuse was up 9-2. It's now 9-7. The high pressure from the Lancers. Very effective here. Quick restart taken by Syracuse to Chantel on the near side boards. Pass to no one but Schindler. His clearance is almost taken away by Salas as he's pressuring now. Oh, good work. His Forbes got lucky on that one. Salas, the Lancers, intense pressure. Now Toby alone in the far corner. High cross to the near side, Schindler. Pops it in the air, Salas flicks the header forward. As Swaby comes in to take it away for Syracuse. 3 minutes left. We're in the third quarter. Can the Lancers keep up this intense pressure? It's keeping Syracuse on their heels. They come away with it again, Tavernisi. Could have played the advantage. Pedrino had it, but the referee had made the call already. Here's Perez. He's looking to get on that score sheet. Good move on Perez. The shot! Oh, not too far off the mark. Vanino. Shot! In front, loose ball. Cleared away by Vitale. Syracuse coming back the other way now. Toby. Got to slow it up as the Lancers recover offensively. Vanino pressuring Ubi Parapovic. Santana, 2:20 left in the third quarter. Vitali to Santana. Ubi Parapovic. Tried to go for the placement. Marrera reads it well. Moves it down to Hoxie, flicks it on to Salas. He turns on the Jets. Santana goes down, and he's got a few words for Mauricio Salas. And again, Santana, he'll love to dish it out, but he's been on the end of a couple of these, and he hasn't been happy.
Can't hear him from here, but I think he said something along the lines of, "My brother, in the future, please be a little more careful."
Was that what it was?
My Spanish isn't perfect, but
two great competitors in Santana and Mauricio Salas. Great characters of the indoor game. Spasso. This clearance will go to the Syracuse bench. Of course, Santana's the kind of guy you would love to have on your team.
yeah, I would love to play with him. I've really enjoyed playing against him. I like an intense game. Of course, you never want anything cheap, trying to injure anybody, but I love when the game gets physical and fairly fair.
Here's Forbes to Chantel. Perez still fighting for it, and he's obstructed by Chantel, and he's going to go to the box. Definitely grab the jersey of Yakel Perez. There's a look at it. What do you think, Elliot?
Well, I'll check the replay here. There's some contact. Yeah, he definitely had a handful of jersey. On that replay, you did see it, and being the last defender, if the refs are going to call that a foul, they have to call it a blue card because Yakel would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
So the Lancers on the power play. They've scored 3 power play goals in 6 opportunities. As Chantel is in the box at 13:36 of the third quarter. And what a great opportunity for the Lancers and the man advantage.
Yeah,
Salas.
Being down 1 2-point goal, this is a fantastic opportunity. If we can tie this game up, that's a huge momentum shift.
Vanino, Perez, Salas, Schindler, and Tavernisi. Good little touch there from Yakel to Vanino. Mauricio. Syracuse set up in the 4 corners. Back to Salas, under a minute here in this third quarter. Schindler turns, kick save from Flasker. Salas heads it to the far side, Yakel Perez. 43 seconds left in the quarter, 1:18 left in the power play. Tavernisi, Vanino. Couldn't get all that power on the shot. He'll have to regroup. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Perez in front. Tavernisi couldn't get a foot on it. And the Silver Knights will clear it downfield. Marrera.
Well, that's Joey's bread and butter. He loves to get in that box. Just got under his foot, unfortunate. Great ball movement from the Lancers. I'm impressed with our power play. It seems to be a lot sharper today.
14 seconds left. Vanino. Salas tees it up. Decides against the shot. Still with it, Salas. He'll pull the trigger. Goal! What an end to the third quarter! Salas on the power play! Wow! We're going to call that one 14:59 as Mauricio Salas has given Rochester a power play goal, his second of the day, 14th of the season.
Correct me if I'm wrong, there is 0.6 seconds left.
That is correct, my friend. Wow.
What timing.
And the kickoff will bring the quarter to a close, and we will go to break. We're tied at 9. Don't go anywhere. An explosive fourth quarter is what's ahead on the Lancers Broadcast Network. Welcome back. Fourth quarter about to begin, and what a third quarter it was. The Lancers were down 9-2. Guess what? We're tied at 9, and it's all to play for now in the fourth quarter. Lancers will have the kickoff. It's Tavernese back to Basso. Long ball downfield looking for Ubi Parapovic. Marrera is there. Is it on the boards to Vanino? Looking for Salas. Shot blocked by Santana. Punched away by Plasterer. Oxy shot wide. Vanino. Pressuring Yelovac. Nap shot deflected in front. Vanino picks it up. Mauricio takes a hop to the boards. What changed, Elliot, in that third quarter that sparked Rochester?
Just, for me, it was nothing more than intensity. The first half just seemed sleepy. Wasn't the most entertaining for me. And since the half, we've just been much more aggressive in our pressure, which has led to more offensive opportunities.
Here's Grant. Forbes. He's got a hat trick today. Santana. Back to Forbes. Anthony Grant settles it. Gives it back to Canardo. Forbes looking for Vitale, broken up. Pedrino. Play on with advantage for Rochester. Pedrino through midfield, and he's tripped up by Santana. And he gives the referee a few words. Free kick coming up here for the Lancers. A little burst of speed there from Pedrino. Salas. Jamie Capinos. Only one half of the Capinos connection in action.
La mitad de los dos Capinos.
Whatever that means, I agree.
Half the dos Capinos.
That's what I just said, isn't it, in English?
Yeah, you translated that
Thank you.
perfectly.
Thank you.
No accent. Are you
None.
from upstate New York?
I am, believe it or
Oh,
not.
perfect.
Rochester.
Yeah. You could have been a West Coaster with that delivery.
Oh, yeah. We're tied at 9, my friends. It's 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Action-packed, always, between these two teams. Expect nothing less. As it's played through the middle of the field, Enrique to Schindler into the corner for Tavernese. Loose ball kicked away by the keeper. Perez, JP Reyes. They'll settle things down and regroup defensively. There's Hoxie. Still Hawks. Good tackle from Chantel to break it up. Manfoot.
Lancers holding possession there for maybe 30 seconds. It's good to wear down the defense, but I'd like to see us take advantage as soon as we lose that ball to immediately pressure to keep that group on so we wear them down further, but we just let them release.
Syracuse bringing on the fresh legs. Santana, one of them. Looking for some more help from the bench. Comes out in Forbes. Good interception there by Knapp. Taken back by Syracuse. Forbes. Gaylord was taken down and just inside the three-point arc. Salas called for the foul, and he took the worst of it, holding his left shin, it looks like. So we'll look at the replay here. Just inside the three-point arc, that pop-up gave Salas a split-second chance to challenge. Looks like he'll be okay to shake it off. Mauricio, 2 goals in the third quarter, one of them a three-pointer. 3-man wall for the Lancers. Santana on the restart. I'd like to thank the Distillery, Time Warner Cable Sports Channel, Wegmans, and World Gym of Rochester, great sponsors. Santana rocks a shot that is up and off the scoreboard.
Wow, he got a hold of that one.
And those goals by Mauricio Salas to end the third quarter brought to you by Mr. Glass. and Dunkin' Donuts. Jamie Capino seeing more time as this game goes on. Earning the trust of the coaching staff. Headed away. Capino's good step in front. Poked back by Bordeaux to Flasterer. Looking for Neto. Basso and Neto battle. Basso comes away with it. Tripped up. Ball rolls into the Syracuse half of the field. 11 minutes left, fourth quarter. Neto is open, but it's a three-line pass, and he disagrees with the call. And it'll come back on a restart for the Lancers, all the way down to the other end.
Pretty objective call there.
I would have to agree.
If you were to line up those lines in a group and count them, they would total 3.
Good analysis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was up late writing some notes, and that occurred to me.
Basso's shot on the restart is into the netting. As the Lancers will be back home on Saturday, December the 27th, another 1 p.m. kickoff against the always dangerous Baltimore Blast. 872-KICK or ourlancers.com for more ticket information. Oh, good work from Perez. Tavernisi's shot is blocked. As each game goes by, I become a bigger fan of Yaikel Perez. He is a great acquisition.
Yeah, agreed. He's definitely earned his keep since day one and picked up the indoor game pretty quickly. When he came in, there was definite learning curve, but he's really gotten a hold of his positioning a lot better.
Perez and Ray Martinez in a very deep discussion now on the bench.
Speaking fluent Cuban, I'm sure.
Is there such a thing?
It resembles Spanish.
Spanish, very close, right?
It's a Spanish gibberish combination.
That was about a 1-minute conversation between the two Cubans. Ray not happy with something that Perez did or did not do on the field.
1-minute conversation, about 11,000 words in there.
9:39 left. As the Lancers looking to go ahead here. We're tied at 9. Oxy in front. Jelic to Ubi Parapovic.
Tied at 9, this game up for grabs here as we are approaching the halfway point in the fourth quarter.
Here's Perez, chance to break out now. Perez is shot wide and they had Oxy open on that far side. There's Swaby. Good backtracking from Yaikel Perez. Now Knapp, far side looking for Basso. Slide tackle there, Syracuse can come forward. Toby in front of the net. Passes in front, oh, and it's shot up and over the boards. Swaby had a wide open net.
I cannot stress enough how lucky we were there. That was a 2v the goalkeeper because we substituted on defense when we did not have possession. Horrible discipline on that. We got very lucky.
Tavernisi goes down, referee makes the call. As Swaby was the player last to touch Joey Tavernisi. He was down holding his right knee, and hopefully this is nothing too serious. Here's a look at it on that replay screen.
Looks like he stepped on the foot of the Syracuse player. I'm not sure who that was, but I definitely didn't see intent. I think that's unlucky.
It's definitely the right knee that he didn't land hard on the knee. I think it was the contact from Swaby that caused the shock or the jolt to the right knee of Joey Tavernisi. Don't forget the Lancers are without Gary Boughton right now. Alex Megson not in the lineup tonight. The man to my right, Elliot Fauske, Joey Capinos, Edgar, also another player not in the lineup. So this is not what the Lancers need at this point.
Yeah, Edgar back in Angola, Africa, to be with his very pregnant wife.
Wish them nothing but the best. This timeout brought to you by Rochester Immediate Care. Here's a look at the foul. Great camera angle. As Swaby steps, oh yeah. Didn't even touch him. It was just an awkward step by Tavernisi.
Unlucky.
And you could see it just buckle.
He just stepped wrong. There really was minimal contact, and the contact it was looked to be a fair shoulder challenge. Unfortunate for Joey. I hope he can press on for this game. We have 8 more minutes to go.
Great look at the replay as well from our camera behind the goal, thanks to our producer, John Catalano and crew. As they gave us a great look at that one from behind the Syracuse net. That injury brought to you by, timeout brought to you by Rochester Immediate Care, the fastest ER alternative, located in Webster, Greece, and Henrietta. Actually, we were there visiting last night. Rochester Immediate Care. My wife somehow found the only piece of ice in Rochester and sprained her foot, believe it or not, but she's up and she's okay. Thanks to Rochester Immediate Care for their great service last night. As Forbes outside to Santana, cuts it to his left. Enrique breaks it up. Tavernese walking along the Lancers bench, trying to shake it off. Santana cleared away by Capinos. Lancers hurry. If Fauske can get it to Enrique, he can't. And Vitale will break it up. Vitale, the Rookie of the Year for Syracuse last season. Challenge along the boards is Toby and Tim Crawford. His first shift of the game wins a free kick for the Lancers.
Yeah, referee mistakenly pointed in Syracuse's favor and brought it back, changed his call to be the Lancers, as Timmy got his first foul against him as a Lancer.
Crawford, 23 years old, played at Webster Thomas here in Rochester. Stand out at Hartwick University. Here is Crawford looking for the ball now. Chantel heads it back to Plaster. Long throw, and that'll be a 3-line pass once again for Syracuse. 7:18 left in the fourth quarter. We are tied at 9. The Lancers fought all the way back from a 9-2 deficit to get level at 9. Shots 15-11 in favor of the Lancers.
It was a very exciting third quarter.
Salas with a rocket. That blisters the hands of Flasterer, and it'll be a quarter kick when we come back from break. We are even at 9 apiece at the Blue Cross Arena. This is the Lancers Broadcast Network. The crowd up and on their feet. The junior Lancer dancers getting behind the boys here as we're tied at 9. Corner kick for Schindler. Van Nino's shot blocked. Tavernese's back on the field again. Schindler steps in front of Santana. Good slide tackle there by Vitale. Domenico Vitale from Lemoyne College. 6:58 left in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 9. It's going to be an exciting finish here between Rochester and Syracuse. And Salas comes away with it on the near side boards, coming down. Pressured by Yelovach, slows it down to Schindler. And that one given away. Forbes for Syracuse. It'll be Parapovic, goal! A bad giveaway at midfield, and Syracuse makes Rochester pay late in the fourth quarter. Forbes to Ubi Parapovic. Here's a look at the giveaway starting at midfield. Sixth goal of the season for Ubi Parapovic. And for Kennardo Forbes, that will be his 4th assist of the season. He's had a day today. 3 goals, 1 assist. And it's 11-9 Syracuse. Giveaways can be backbreakers in this game with the quick pace and the quick turnaround. Basso comes firing with a shot not too far off the mark. Perez. Back to Knapp. Now Pedrino. Lets it roll through. Plasterer picks it up.
6 minutes, still plenty of time in the indoor game for the Lancers to equalize and even get the go-ahead.
And this is not going to help as Basso is being called to the box for his challenge along the Syracuse bench. 9:01, the time of the Basso penalty.
Yeah, strong challenge to the back near the boards. Not typically going to get away with that one. Blue card penalty to Basso.
So Syracuse will go on the power play where they've been 40% effective. It was Manfoot, the player who was boarded by Basso. And Syracuse with a good opportunity here. 5:59 left, they go on the power play. Lancers 57% on the PK. Forbes. Back from Grant to Forbes. Santana. Parapovich. Broken up by Kapinos. 1:40 left. The man advantage for the Silver Knights.
Yeah, great placement on that clear to keep it inbounds so it doesn't come to the top of the box. Those few precious seconds count every clearance you get.
Santana to Forbes. Now it will be Parapovich on the near side. Grant. Good tackle again from Kapinos. Reyes breaks it up, but Forbes keeps possession. Lancers set up defensively again. Forbes into the corner. Neto back to Santana. Good tackle from JP Reyes. Will be Parapovich for Syracuse. Top of the arc, Forbes. Cuts it to his left, shot, and that's up and into the netting with 54 seconds left in the Syracuse power play.
Excellent first touch by Forbes to set himself up, but he really released the pressure for us, letting us get subs by hitting it over.
Herrera will put this one back into play. Santana steps in front. Loose ball's picked up by Pedrino. Still Pedrino. Santana, Pedrino battle. Silver Knights come away with it. 40 seconds left. 4:37 left in the quarter. This would be Parapovich. So Forbes. Neto. Would be Parapovich. 25 seconds left. Neto settles, can't pull the trigger. Lancers still killing off another 18 seconds. Parapovich shot blocked and into the crowd. It'll be a restart for Syracuse. They've got 12 seconds left on the man advantage before Basso rejoins the group. Schindler gets the head on it. To Neto. To Forbes. Still Forbes. Power play over for Syracuse. Santana. Forbes toe poke, what a great save from Herrera. Pushes it away with the right hand.
Wow, critical timing too as Basso is re-entering the field to make it even at 5 versus 5. That would have been a crushing blow had that gone in. Lancers still down by 2, 3.5 minutes left.
At what point do you think sixth attacker?
Boy, that's a tough call because you make yourself so vulnerable to the counterattack. I think with a 2-point game, maybe you just get a little more taking risks going forward, but I don't know that I would pull the keeper until the last couple minutes.
Neto just eating away at the clock, pushing away at Basso, and the Lancers almost come away with it, but Reyes plays it into the Syracuse bench. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. Syracuse leads this one 11-9.
Joe, your chicken dance is unparalleled. I'm very impressed.
That's called going to a lot of Italian weddings. That's where you perfect the dance.
Wonderful. I'm behind the game, but I'm working hard to catch up.
Oh, you'll get there. You'll get there. Get to a few Italian weddings, and you'll be right up there with all of us Rochester people.
Yeah, the quiet Italians.
That's us. Bordeaux is double teamed, and the Lancers will come away with it. Vanino takes a few kicks from Santana, and Syracuse comes away with the ball. Shot just wide of the post by Swaby. Vanino forward to Hoxie. Oh, he couldn't get it to settle as it hops into the Syracuse keeper's hands. Santana, 2:40 left. 11-9 Syracuse. Salas coming forward. And Santana comes in with a clearance up and into the crowd. And the referee had reached into his pocket, but hopefully there's no call made as Santana and Salas barreled into one another. And we'll see, what is it, a restart from the sideline or at the place of contact where Salas and Santana met? Nope, they'll come along the boards.
Yeah, see a little bit of that explosive energy. It's getting to be that intense part of the game, last 2.5 minutes.
Lancers timeout as they trail by 2. Doug Miller calling the troops over. And he'll draw up a play here as they'll have the restart right along the boards. And while we have a chance, we'd like to thank Stokes, Visca and Company, the official CPAs of the Rochester Lancers. You can visit them on the web at svcpas.com. Dick Ide, visit the Dick Ide family of dealerships, Honda, Mazda, and Volkswagen. And MVP Healthcare, proud sponsor of the Rochester Lancers. If you have questions about healthcare insurance, MVP is here to help. Visit discovermvp.com today. Well, the orange 6th attacker jersey is being worn right now by Jake Schindler. And we'll see if that's what Rochester resorts to. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, Syracuse leading this one 11-9. The Silver Knights with a record of 2-4. Rochester with 3-1, but we came in knowing this one was going to be a true test, a gauge of where Rochester stands. And right now, they've done pretty well. And they've shown that they belong right at the top near the Eastern Division standings. Syracuse onto the field. Lancers break their huddle. Jake Schindler is the 6th attacker. Morera goes to the bench. Lancers will have a restart along the near side boards. Schindler, Salas, Vanino, Perez, and Tavernisi. And Hoxie will round out the 6th player for the Lancers. Here we go. Schindler to Vanino. Perez into the corner. Hoxie pressuring, trying to keep the ball in Rochester's favor, and they do it. Schindler. And to force one there for Tavernisi. Cleared only as far as the boards, where Salas will play it back to Vanino.
So the 6th attacker definitely gives an advantage, but proportionately is not as advantageous as a 5v4 blue card penalty.
Here's Vanino. Off the boards in front. Hoxie, goal! The 6th attacker pays off, and the big smooth hammers it home. Hoxie from Vanino. 13:05, time of the goal. Here's a look at it.
Yes, fantastic finish from the big smooth. Assist goes to his roomie, brings a tear to my eye. Nostalgic, I used to room with Hoxie for a couple of seasons, and I was replaced by the young Vanino. Little roomie chemistry, pinning that one away.
And what a great move by Vanino outside the three-point arc to elude that first defender and provide some space to play it off the boards. Hoxie's 3rd of the season. Vanino his 2nd assist on the year. Would you expect anything different? We're tied at 11. 1:40 left. Syracuse now coming down with some pressure. Santana.
So now the Lancers minus 1 glowing orange orb in Jake Schindler, the 6th attacker.
I think it's back on your hairpiece.
Yeah. He hung it.
Is that called a hairpiece? The Christmas lights on your spike? What do you call that?
Boy, hairpiece sounds a little more unnatural. I would just say ornamentation.
Ornamentation.
Festive ornamentation.
Fauske ornamentation.
'Tis the season.
We approach the final minute of play. Bodies banging in the corner.
Yep, getting very gritty in there.
Last minute of play, tied at 11. Syracuse with a little push here now.
I love this part of the game, Joe. Down to the wire.
Into the corner for Neto. Vitale to Neto. Crossfield, Forbes. Looking for Ubi Parapovic. Enrique slides in, kicks in, and gets it away for the Lancers as it will hop up and over the glass. I tell you, a lot different feel here tonight than last week's game in Harrisburg when there was only boards maybe a quarter of the way out from the goal. There were so many stoppages, and the flow of the game has been so much better tonight as the Lancers fans helping out here and just giving Rochester a chance to recoup.
Yeah, it's been excellent. Not a lot of dirty play. The refs have done well to keep that under wraps, and it's just been a good, hard-fought game so far.
Santana, Schindler steps in front, wins it for the Lancers. But Santana regains possession to Neto. 12 seconds left. The final 10 seconds of the fourth quarter. Will there be one more? Will be Parapovic, slows it down. Sends it forward to Santana. And that is it.
Wow.
Extra time needed here this afternoon at the Blue Cross Arena as Andrew Hoxie got a goal at 13:05 to bring us all equal at 11. We'll take a break and we'll come back with overtime from the Blue Cross Arena on the Lancers Broadcast Network. For the Lancers. And it is Syracuse with the kickoff. They'll be attacking the goal to our right. Rochester's going to come out with Morera in goal, of course. Schindler, Reyes in the back, Tavernisi, Vanino, and Mauricio Salas up top for Syracuse. Ubi Parapovic, Forbes, Neto, Yelovach, and Nelson Santana, of course, Rick Flaster, 24-year-old, in the nets. Sudden death overtime. As we get ready, as I mentioned, the third overtime game of the season. Rochester 1-1 in OT. A win against Detroit, a loss against Ontario.
Though we're still relatively early in the season, these can often be defining games later in the season when looking at making it into the playoff hunt.
Santana takes a chance and threads the needle forward to Ubi Parapovic. There's Neto. Turns, fires across, headed away by Salas. Sent forward, Vanino. Pressuring Forbes, who goes down with a little shove from Vanino in the back. The referee says play on. Side to Santana. Back to Santana. Vanino has a little edge to his game. Not afraid to mix it up. Like to see that.
Yeah, he's been learning a thing or two by running with the big dogs. Wants to be one himself one day.
Forbes had a hat trick against his team tonight, and Vanino took exception to it.
Yeah, Vanino is a well-built young lad. So if he chooses to, he can get a little gritty.
22 years old. Schindler had to force one downfield, picked up by Yelovach. 10 minutes on the clock to start overtime here. Santana. Now to Vitale. Get it forward to Grant. Pops it over his head, heads it into the far corner. Where Vitale battles for it. Vanino gets a foot on it again. Sees a lot of time, Vanino. Good step by Tavernisi. Manfoot comes away with it though. Loose ball through the crease and onto the near side. Santana outside for Vitale. They'll take a shot from distance, and it's blocked by Perez off the scoreboard, and it'll come back to the yellow line. A Syracuse restart. 7:59 left. Golden goal, sudden death, whatever you'd like to call it. You score, you win. 11-11. Santana rifles one. Off the crossbar, and Morera scoops up the rebound. What a laser from Nelson Santana.
Wow, another one off the lower part of the bar.
Here's Hoxie, he's tripped up. And it's got to be a call and a penalty. He's through on goal. And I'm a little shocked there's no card coming out.
I don't know how you cannot give a card in that situation.
Salas takes the restart. Here's a look at the long throw from Morera. And Hoxie is through.
I don't see how you can call that foul and not give a penalty. You could make the argument the defender was tracking back, but he was even at best.
So Syracuse maybe catches a break there. And the Lancers are going to take their time, draw up a play here as Doug Miller calls the troops over. And that's one thing we haven't talked about is Tommy Tanner and Doug Miller, two legends in Rochester soccer as players and now making their way as head coaches. That's an interesting matchup right there itself.
Yeah, I believe they've shared multiple championships with the Rhinos back in the day. I'm not sure where they crossed paths in indoor, if they did or not.
Oh, yes, in Cleveland many times.
Yeah, so they have a lot of history together. We were talking about that on Kick This Radio show last week. Tommy called in and was talking about Doug. He thanked Doug for making this a 1 p.m. game after they played last night. No, there's definite bond there, but extremely competitive individuals. Take a lot of pride on the field and as coaches.
Tommy played with the Rhinos from 96 to 2002. Doug Miller, as you all know, his prolific history with either the Rhinos or the Lancers. Over 400 goals in the indoor game, retired in 2006. For the indoor game. And now applying their expertise behind the bench. There's a restart coming up for the Lancers. Schindler over the ball. Here's the whistle. Jake will step in. He'll take a shot. Off the glass. May have been touched by Flaster. Vitale. Pressured. Vanino shielded away from the ball as Flaster picks it up. Quick throw. Nice header back by Basso. Here's Vanino. He's been dangerous. Good step by Santana to break it up. They'll come back the other way for Syracuse. Now Schindler steps in front. And back to Morera. Basso. Schindler. Down the middle of the field. Hoxie chasing it down. Milovac gets there first. Forbes. This pass picked up. Perez. Looking for Hoxie, but Chantel comes off just in time.
Unlucky. Chantel came off the bench on a sub. Yakel not aware of that. Unfortunate. Lost a good opportunity there.
And Perez and Chantel are chest to chest. Foul was called on Perez. And he didn't take too kindly to the extra challenge there from Perez. I thought he was just coming in hard.
Yeah, Yakel was going in hard, got called for a foul. Chantel took exception to it. The ensuing shoving match, no cards given. I like to see no cards given if you can avoid it. Right now we want to see both teams play straight up for this sudden death. Yeah, Yakel definitely got into him a bit. Seeing on the replay there. Chantel, another fiery character. He and I have gotten into it a bit. And of course we made up after the game. And as they say, it's all gravy.
Back to Chantel, 6:33 left. As Syracuse and Rochester have played 11-11, 4 quarters plus of action. Herrera picks up the loose ball. Onto the near side, Tavernisi coming forward. Santana trips him up. No call made, we play on. Salas along the far side boards, puts it off the boards. It's picked up there by Santana, now Forbes. Herrera steps in front of that one, away from Pedrino. Syracuse has a chance to come forward. Neto shot blocked.
Yeah, that's a great little ball by Ubi up and over, but Basso did really well to get there for the block.
Salas is called for a foul. Restart coming up here, quickly taken by Neto. 5:37 left, we're in overtime.
You wonder how last night's game is coming into play with this overtime for Syracuse on the quick turnaround. There have been times where I've played back-to-back games and I have felt a little sharper the second day. Once in a while I experience that, but if you've taken knocks from the first game, it can be hard to push through on day 2.
Pedro battles along the far side boards with Bordeaux. Gets it back from Santana. There's Neto. In front, no one there for Syracuse. Salas gets a poke on it.
Good discipline follow from Pedrinho. Stay in there.
There's Santana to Vitale. Tried to play it to himself. Can't get it there. Taken away by Salas and the Lancers. He'll send it downfield. Santana and Syracuse with possession. 4:45 left in sudden death overtime. Santana to Ubi Parapovic. Gets around Salas. Still Ubi Parapovic. Tripped up, no call made. Grant shot, deflected just wide. Lancers dodge a bullet.
Boy, again, Joe, I don't believe that hit the post, but that couldn't have missed by more than a foot. And now we're looking at a top of the box restart. Very dangerous play. Syracuse earlier scored on one of these, showing that they have a little bit of creativity up their sleeve and some execution to go with it.
Top of the penalty arc, it is Santana over the ball. As Elliot mentioned, they've capitalized on a couple. It'll be Parapovic. Into the corner, Neto rocks it way up and into the netting. 4:24 left. We're tied at 11. Sudden death overtime at the Blue Cross Arena.
Another well-designed play there by Syracuse. Neto just unlucky on a little bad hop, sends it over the goal.
Herrera taking his time here as we're going to get this ball back into play. We are deep into the 10-minute overtime. Herrera still waiting for this one to get back into play. Overtime is 10 minutes. It's sudden victory, as we mentioned. The game is still tied after 10 minutes. There'll be a 5-second shootout. 3 players from each team. We are 4 minutes and 16 seconds away from that. Midfield picked up by Schindler to Perez. Taken away by Bordeaux. Looks to Grant. Reyes tracking him down. Hustles back to win it. Still Reyes. Good job by JP under pressure.
Yeah, may have gotten away with one there down in the corner.
Hoxie pressuring Flasterer. He gets it forward to Yelovac. 3:42 left in overtime. One hop, and Marrera reaches up for it.
Lancers looking real hungry in the last minute or so.
There's Vanino with a chance. Whistles one wide onto the near side boards. Grant. And Syracuse coming forward. Great tackle by Basso.
Fantastic work.
Vanino off the hand of Vitale, no call made.
Wow.
Crowd wants a call, referee says play on. 3:10 left.
Yeah, no question hit his arm. Maybe the ref using discretion on an inadvertent handball.
Back to Basso, 3 minutes left. Sends one forward for Tavernisi. Chantel marking him, goes back to Reyes. Basso, Pedrino. Back to Basso, 2:39 left. Pass deflected by Bordeaux. Marrera off his line. They'll quickly play a long one into the far side as the Lancers change.
For me, Joe, that's a blown opportunity to get our changes on offense. Clearly, guys were tired. They went for changes for the Lancers. And had they changed in possession, they could still have fresh legs with the ball. Instead, Syracuse gets to change with possession as well.
Here's Manfoot to Santana. Yelovach stripped by Hoxie. Hoxie coming down the far side. Yelovach recovers. Hoxie still with it. Perez on the near side, 1:56 left. Perez working, Santana bodies him off the ball and wins it for Syracuse. Not too far on the clearance because Reyes keeps it for Rochester.
Great matchup there. Perez and Santana both showing their determination.
Vanino 1v4, couldn't go anywhere. Tavernisi in to help out. Still Tavernisi. Joey shot off the glass. Salas shot blocked. 1:26 left in overtime. Capinos to Mauricio. Shot in front, no one there to poke it home. Parapovic to Santana. Crossfield to Ubi Parapovic. We approach the final minute of sudden death overtime. Neto, dangerous, back to the goal. Still with it, Neto. To Manfoot. Chantel couldn't pull the trigger. Pedrino battles him. Ubi Parapovic. Across the goal mouth, no one there. 48 seconds left. Vitali loses control of the ball. Perez. Tavernisi, far side pass. Capinos and the Lancers on the breakout. Capinos pass intercepted. Hoxie wins it back for the Lancers. 30 seconds left. Vanino. Hoxie off the post! Off the post and back out!
Wow, fantastic combination from those three. Great touch by Vanino to Hoxie. I think the goalie got a finger to it, hit the far inside of the post again.
Here's a look at the replay as Vanino did a wonderful job to set up the big smooth. Oh.
Wow. Game-saving save right there.
Foul called right at midfield against the Lancers. Syracuse with 17.6 seconds left. They'll take a timeout, and let's just recap. If we're still tied after this 10-minute overtime, the game will be determined by a 5-second shootout. It's the best of 3 rounds. After that, it's sudden victory shootout kicks. A player from the same team cannot take another shootout kick until the first 3 kicks are taken. The home team will decide the choice of ends, and the visiting team will kick first.
So to clarify, Joe, that's 5 seconds for the shooter to score. I believe the ball has to break the plane of the goal within the 5 seconds for it to count, and there will be no defensive runners as there would be in the run of play.
Shooter and keeper.
Yep, 1-on-1 for 5 seconds.
3 rounds for each side. If it's still tied, we'll go 1-1. What an afternoon of soccer. If you're listening or watching, you gotta get here to be a part of it. As the Lancers and Syracuse have entertained this crowd, 11-11. Sudden death overtime. The restart from midfield. Santana, the architect, the quarterback, will run the play. Both teams making their way back onto the field.
Wow, Joe, 17 seconds to decide the game, potentially, if somebody can force a shot.
Here we go. Yelovach. To the corner for Neto. And laid off there for Forbes, and it'll be cleared with 7 seconds left. Long ball downfield. Vanino with the header back to Morera, and we are going to the shootout. 3 shooters for each side. 5 seconds to score, and the Lancers will decide which end we attack. If it's still tied at that point, it's 1-1 for the shootout. And Who does this favor? The shooter, the goalie? It's pressure both ways.
I would say statistically, I would think there would be more saves than goals, analogous to PKs, but the opposite. I think there's a little more of a keeper advantage because of the 5-second pressure, and you get to read the touches. Keeper can use their hands within the full box, so they have that going for them, but definitely the keeper's biggest game is will the shooter shoot or fake the shot to dribble.
So Doug Miller looks like he has selected the shootout will take place at the goal to our left. Coaches now selecting their 3 shooters as they will have 5 seconds to determine whether they score or not. So scoreboard brought back to 0. As I believe this is the first time I can remember a shootout going this far, or an overtime going this deep in Lancers history, the 4th year of Lancers soccer. Again, the rules have changed this season with the merger of the PASL teams, but nonetheless, it's the 3rd overtime game of the season for Rochester. Those first 2 ended with goals. Didn't have a goal here today, so now we go to the 3-round shootout. This is the first time in team history that they have done this.
Yeah,
and it's going to be very exciting for the fans.
Absolutely. I've never been a part of a shootout in this league, so I'm excited to see it. We'll see who they come up with each team for shooters. One little man in the bleachers is pumped. He's got shirts off, shirts swinging in the air, showing off his 60 pounds of muscle, ribs right up to his neck. He ain't scared of nobody.
Right. Flaster, the goalie for Syracuse. Marcelo Moreira, the Lancers keeper. And a great crowd on hand today, 5,004 in the house today, thanks to Eric Trendle for all his behind-the-scenes support. And, you know, as soon as the announcement was made that this is going to a shootout, the crowd had a huge cheer. They love this kind of finish.
Yeah, the suspense is fantastic. Both teams grounded out 5 quarters long. Now it's all on the table.
So Moreira will go up, it looks like, against his former teammate, Nelson Santana, in round 1 of the shootout. History being made here today.
That is an interesting dynamic. That Moreira did train with Syracuse. He was injured immediately in their season, came back by the end of the year to play a few games, but he's watched these guys train all year.
As he gets a talking to from Ryan Sigich, the lead official, and he'll take his spot on the line again. 5 seconds shootout. Santana will start from the yellow line. He'll go one-on-one with Marcelo Moreira. The crowd into this one, up and on their feet. Santana waits for the whistle. Here it is, the touch. Santana, the dribble. Moreira makes the save! Marcelo Moreira!
What an effort. Santana put a wonderful move on. Marcelo somehow able to recover with the cat paw save, slapped it away out of the box. Santana able to have one ditch effort, turnaround shot, but wow. Excellent recovery.
Hoxie, first shooter for Rochester. Crowd up and ready to go to support the Big Smooth. He scored the equalizer, takes a touch. Hoxie, still with it, shot, goal! The Big Smooth!
Adjust his mustachio.
Here's a great look from behind. Wow, he doesn't have much to work with, does he?
Wow, understated celebration on the mustache twist.
Canardo Forbes, a hat trick in play. Second shooter gets the touch. Forbes, shot, goal.
Wasting no time.
1-1. Syracuse has had 2 shooters. Rochester will go with Yaikel Perez as their second shooter. And there's a look at the well-taken goal from Canardo Forbes. Second shooter of 3 for Rochester, Yaikel Perez. There's the whistle, the touch from Perez, dribbles in, shot, goal! That's it, baby, dance it up.
A little Latin footwork for us.
There's a look at the replay. Same exact play, a little lower than Hoxie. Morera makes the save. The Lancers win. Ubi Parapovic on the line. Here's the touch. The shot. Go! No way! It's saved! Morera!
What a finish.
Saved by Morera. The Lancers win it. 12-11. What a victory for Rochester. And the crowd of over 5,000 celebrating a great comeback victory. Here's the replay of the big save from Morera, as he's up and lifted by Mauricio Salas. The Lancers go to 4-1 on the season, and Syracuse goes to 2-5. A much needed win over Syracuse for the Lancers.
Absolutely, we had to build momentum early in the season at 3-1, improving to 4-1. That's an excellent, again, still the best record we've ever had at the beginning of a season, and it's so imperative that we get these under our belt early on, because coming down to the playoff run, you never know where it's going to lead. The last 2 seasons, we were 1 game, 1 win away from playoffs, and 2 wins away from playoffs. And you just cannot drop these close games, and that's a fantastic finish. Way to persevere. Hats off to Syracuse for coming back-to-back games, coming down the throughway rivals.
It's post-game interview time, and a guy who had a big one tonight, none other than the big smooth Andrew Hoxie.
Soccer fans, what a Christmas treat this was today. Andrew Hoxie, you scored the tying goal to keep us in the game, and then, baby, that was just too smooth.
Thanks, man. You know, it was a great team effort. It was solid defending the whole day, and, you know, it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish.
Well, Andrew, man, that was a fantastic game. Fans got to see the first ever shootout here in Rochester. Thank you so much, Andrew Hoxie. Thank you, man. Let's get Marcelo in here. Marcelo, the goalie. Marcelo. Let's get Marcelo in here. This is unbelievable, fans. You got to come to 27th. We're right here back at the Blue Cross Arena. Marcelo, come here. Give me a hug, man. Unbelievable. Oh, unbelievable. Marcelo, what a game. You kept overtime. I mean, a couple glitches in the beginning of the game, but the whole team got behind you. You started making some amazing saves, and then overtime, baby, you were on fire.
That's it. That's make a team a champion. That's the difference. When we're in trouble, everybody help each other. This is a family. Lancer family. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right, Viva Brazil. Doug Miller, the living legend, the first ever win here in overtime, and the first time the Lancers have ever been 4-1. Congratulations, Mr. Miller.
Well, hey, it's an effort of a champion right there, going down 7-2, 9-4, tying up 11-11, and then going into overtime. And as I told you from the first game, we would be disciplined. This is a disciplined team. This is what we want. Thank you.
All right, Doug Miller. He's on fire. What a team. Stephen Basso came back. This team all got together. I can't believe it. Next Saturday night, right here at the Blue Cross Arena, 1 o'clock. It's the Baltimore Blast, the undefeated Baltimore Blast. And then New Year's Day, Tommy Tanner and the Syracuse Silver Knights come back. Back up to you, Joe. I gotta go take some medicine.
Soccer Sam obviously excited. A great win and a very, very intense, and I'm sure pleased, Doug Miller. That was an explosive post-game interview. Emotional, to say the least, Elliot.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very charged speech from Doug. So now let's wrap it up with a few awards.
So that'll wrap it up in the overtime shootout session. Goals from Hoxie and also from Perez. Rochester got a big, big performance from Morera in the nets. They now move to 4-1 on the season after the win against Syracuse in the shootout. A great way to finish this one. If you're on the TV side of things, hope you've enjoyed our coverage today. The Lancers came storming back, trailing 9-2 to win it 12-11 in the shootout. We'll stick here with the radio broadcast and the post-game awards show. But on TV, we are going to wrap it up. Thanks to our producer, John Catalano. Thanks to Elliot Fauske for a great job on his color commentating. As the Lancers now go to 4-1, Syracuse goes to 2-4. And from everyone here at the Lancers Broadcast Network, we wish you a safe and Merry Christmas. The Lancers win it tonight, 12-11 over the Syracuse Silver Knights. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage on the Lancers Broadcast Network.